Love, 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 love. Hey, love, 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 love. Baby, they be going low. Okay. When they go low, I go, I ain't feeling it. Yeah, now truth is when they go low, baby, I go, ah. Okay, every day. Okay, all day. Okay, period. Child. I'm taking the high road. I don't know. And I said, I'm taking the high road, Pooper Stars. Amen. Mm, mm. So shout out to that. I said, big shout out to that, y'all. Eh. Mm. Yeah, child, it's your girl, Shay Renee, and I am in the building. I'm in the place. So shout out to that. It's a lot. It's a lot, baby. It's a lot. Yeah, now truth is it's a lot going on in these internet streets and outside of them, okay? Mm, mm. So shout out to that. Y'all know. I need a vacation. I don't need a vacation. God, I would like to go on vacation, God. Yeah, no. Not one of them vacations that now Jody be trying to go on. See, Jody like to work. Okay, it is what it is. Jody is he be on his grind. No, not that. Oh yeah, this ain't that. Mm. But I definitely want a vacation. I see. Okay, I see what's going on. I see what's going on. So shout out to that. Child, listen. Ooh, let me see. What's up with y'all? Oh, what's up with y'all? Child. Ooh, what's I finna tell y'all? Lord, so child, it's a lot. Oh, it is. It's a lot. I don't even know where to start. Where would do we start? Oh, yeah. So anyway, my stomach feels some type of way, y'all. But I'm finna push through. Okay, period. I'm just gonna push through. So shout out to that. Listen to this, y'all. Ah, that's me jumping in my my bed. Okay. Hold on, bed. I'll be right back, bed. Hold on, y'all. I said to myself, baby, I'm gonna relax today, y'all. Yeah, no, truth is, I'm relaxing, okay? Period, because it's not funny, but why? Yeah, oh, it's not funny. Tell me why yesterday, y'all know yesterday, period, we was together, okay, for a real long time. So shout out to that. I said, hopefully y'all didn't know about everything went smooth for y'all. Okay. Well, shout out to that. But anyway, um, child, so ah, yesterday. Yeah, yesterday was a lot mispressing curl. Okay, it was for me anyway. Uh, shit. Okay, I was like, man, I wish I had a hot tub. Okay, yeah. Now, truth is, yesterday I was man, look. I was going through it. Uh, uh, like right around the time it was time to go to bed, I was hurting, y'all. I was like, oh my God, what did I do? What there were? There was what there were? But anyway, child. So I told myself today I'm gonna take it easy. Yeah, nah, period. Like Sunday morning. Uh, Uh, so that's what had happened. That's what that were. So yeah, y'all, I'm chilling today. I said, yes, y'all. Yes, y'all. I did a little bit of running around. Could have did more. But I didn't. Okay. I said I just did it. So shout out to that. Yeah, no. No, truth is, like Fantasia just said, yeah, I could have kept going. I absolutely could have kept going because, like, oh my God, let me just, I keep going back and forth. Do I say, y'all know how I am? Okay, period. I'm real private person, child. But oh, I got a lot going on. I know. But let me pray over that. Let me pray over that. And then we'll talk. Okay. It is what it is. Because other than that, y'all know we're private. It is what it is. But so Jody came to see me. Yeah, period. And the fam last night he stopped by. Shout out to that. He came by. Okay. He said he'll be back later on today. But yeah, shout out to Jody. Okay, who back in town? Um, yeah, and for those of you who don't know, Jody is my assistant. Okay, period. Um, who be having my back, front, back, and side to side. So shout out to that. Yeah, Jody came through last night. He just got back from out of town. Had a whole lot to talk about. Child, yeah. Um, he was excited. He is excited. Um, I think he was visiting his family and stuff like that, but I think his mom is coming into town soon. So shout out to that and shout out to Jody. Baby, I want to tell y'all I was like hurting, hurting last night. So tell me why when I woke up I had a little something. Jody had made babe and I some sandwiches. I said, oh my God. Wouldn't be Jody if he just wasn't looking out. Cause like, yeah, I was hurting yesterday, but I got the apartment done. Okay, so shout out to that. I sure did. That's done. I ain't got to now another second, now another minute, now another hour. It's a wrap. Period. hmm Baby, that's a wrap. So shout out to that. I'm so happy to be done with that. Yeah, I walked across the stage. I turned the page. Yeah, period. No my minimum wage. And child, speaking of my minimum wage, like am I the only person annoyed by that AP situation? Child, that AP situation got me. I would say it had me hot, but I don't care like that. Y'all know I don't care like that. Absolutely not. I absolutely do not. But it is what it is. I think, listen, it's a lot that could be said about that. Again, shout out to them and whatever they got going on, child. Not that they made a child. Don't nobody want that. Yeah, no, truth is, I can tell you right now, we don't want that. And I'll take it a step further though. Who lied? Yeah, no. Come to the front and tell us what your zodiac sign is. Yeah, now truth is, listen, whoever put out that lie that AP was, making some watches, some $300 watches. Nah, man, come to the front. We're gonna need your zodiac sign. Yeah, now truth is, cause I just need to stay clear of you, cause you be lying. Yeah, now truth is you be lying. Okay, and the truth ain't in you. Baby, I don't know who got that lie started. But it is what it is. So now all the boys, okay, that spent the money on their APs can be happy, child. Or stupid. Okay, it is what it is. In peace. Amen. Child, let them do it in peace. Okay. It just is what it is. Cause just like I was telling y'all yesterday, uh I think it's just a bracket thing. Does that make sense? I hope it do. Yeah, now truth is, it's just I in my hearts of our hearts, it's a tax bracket thing, right? And people be wanting to be separate. Okay. It just is what it is. It's no different than I don't know. It's kind of hard to explain, but and I'll take it a step further. It's probably hard to explain because, like, yeah, I'm speaking for others, okay, not necessarily myself, if that makes sense. So, like, yeah, but like, no, you know what it reminds me of? It's like to me, it reminds me of like it's kind of hard to explain, but I just feel like it's levels. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like almost just like a video game. Okay, I just feel like in life is levels to it. You know, uh, uh, truth is, and so I seen a video recently where this woman was like, she was being harassed. It is what it is. She was seemingly okay by a couple. And when people be like, "Why are you here?" That's crazy. I know it is what it is. Crazy shit, right? But that's why people be doing stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Because they be assuming that you're not on the same level as them. Mm. Period. End of discussion. Child, like I said, you know what I'm saying? It's levels to this ish. Yeah. Truth is. And so, um, child, that's just that, that's just that. That's just that. Don't nobody care. mm mm. You know, for me, I hope y'all don't care. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't really care like that. Yeah, nah, truth is. Because, you know, and that's another thing too. Um, it's so hard to explain, but you know, no, it's hard to explain. I'm trying, y'all. I'm trying, but long story short, right? I think that younger people are more carefree with their money, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? So I think that younger people is a lot of companies' target audiences. If I'm being real, yeah. No, truth is, let's talk about it. And that's just how I feel about it. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like remember I was telling y'all yesterday how I know I'm gonna get up out of this kitchen. Child, run. I'm gonna run because listen. You want the truth? But like yeah, no, I feel like Younger people. Okay, so I feel like, remember I was telling y'all yesterday, right? Brands have target audiences. Okay, period. They do. Oh, I need to find my tape. I just recently found my tape, and I can't wait till it pop up again. Oh yes, oh yes, Miss Fresh Curl. When that tape pop up, I said when that tape, ooh, I just, and then that's crazy too, because I don't even like where. How many places could it be? How many? You know, I just gotta ask my family where they put this box set, because that's what I think that's what my tape is. But anyway. Yes, brands, they have target clients, clientele or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, no, truth is, and you know, a lot of us want to be business owners, you know, so it's you know, it's important that we be, it's important that we're educated. Does that make sense? So for instance, if you decide to open up a restaurant tomorrow, you need to know who your customers are. You know, who's your customer? What does that look like to you? Does he save lives and operate on hearts all the time? You know, or is he on the trash truck? You know, like it's important that you know that. You know what I'm saying? Uh, uh, and truth is, I just feel like, if AP was targeting 60-year-olds, man, you know, I just feel like, they probably wouldn't be the brand that they are today. Yeah, no, truth is, because a lot of 60-year-olds ain't spending $200,000 on watches. That's just what I think. You know what I'm saying? But do I run with 60-year-olds every day? No, I don't. Okay, no, I don't. I don't. So, you know, long story short, you know what I'm saying? It just is what it is. But child, please, like, um, we ain't gonna cry about it. You know what I'm saying? Long story short, I bet you that. I ain't finna be nowhere crying about it. Okay. So shout out to that. Now, hold on. Because I didn't forgot. Yeah, no, this must be trash. And the other one is still good. Damn. Hot damn. Anyway, y'all, let's continue. So yeah, AP, child, forget them. Yeah, now truth is, forget them. But I want to know who started the rumor because remember, at the very last minute, one of the blogs gonna post somehow. They said that it was a lie. And then that there weren't even real watches, and AP will be letting us, see what they gonna drop in whatever time. And so later on, they said it, child a mess. But anyway, let's continue. So, uh, y'all know, child, I know I was supposed to do my head yesterday, but I did it. Mm-mm. No, truth is, baby, I was tired. I told y'all, like, I first of all, um, um, cleaning up and stuff like that took me way more time. It did. It took me way more time than I thought it was. Okay, so mm-mm, 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 mm. I said, sister was hugged out. It just is what it is. I was hugged out yesterday. So I'm chilling. Now I'm chilling today. I said, what more can I say? Put my little hat up. I was at the, where was I at? Oh, yeah, I was at the bank this morning. Uh, like Cardi B said, I'm at the bank. Where you at? I like that song. But now I was at the bank this morning. I like your hat. I'm like, thank you. Like this, oh, this all thing? This little LA hat. Ooh, and speaking of hats, y'all know I tell y'all all the time. I love what I be telling y'all. I don't even remember what I tell y'all, but y'all know I love sweats. You know what I'm saying? So that's on my Christmas list. But hey. If y'all want to put me on y'all Christmas list, y'all put me a hat on there. Let's shout out to that. Hit the like button. Uh, yeah. Say, yo. Now, truth is, like, I have always liked hats. I have always liked hats, period. Like, my baby told me, sometimes it's funny when my baby tell me stuff I said. But my baby told me, like, you better keep you a hat. You know what I'm saying? For a bad hair day. It just is what it is, huh? Mm. So shout out to that. And like I've always had hats. I've always kept a hat, but like, no. I said, no. This is a little different, child. Yeah, now truth is, I actually feel like, like, okay. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, right now it's given, you know what I'm saying? I want me some more. It's given I want me some more. But you can always cash at me. Mm, mm. So shout out to that. Yeah, cause I don't I like dad hats. Okay. Period. It's a particular. Yeah, I said I'm particular. It's gonna be a particular item. Okay, not just no any y'all. No, I like a cute little dad hat. I'm going by my dad. But anyway, let me see. I'm thinking about cutting. I don't know what I want to do when I want to take my twist out now. Well, I got the time. I'm supposed to be relaxing today, though. But I am. So shout out to that. But I know I'm supposed to did my hair yesterday. So anyway, I'm just gonna cut them. Get ready to get them out. Oh, that's another thing too, though. Uh, oh Lord, hold on, y'all, cause I got yesterday. I went to the hair store and I haven't been able to find the stuff I bought. It's crazy. I gotta go look, see if it's in the car. Or if it's not in the car, then I gotta go do all this freaking searching, try to figure out what my stuff is. But yeah, I went to the hair store yesterday. Probably didn't get nothing, everything I needed, because that's how I always do. Yeah. Gonna take my twist down, y'all. Take my twist down. Let my hair do its own thing. Let my hair do its own little thing. I don't know what that is. I'm not finna wear no hat. Oh, I'm not gonna wear no hat. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Probably, probably throw a little unit on or something like that. I don't know, but I know I don't want no hat. And I don't want no ponytail. Trying to let my hair do its thing. Just feel like it can't. feel like it can't and it's not, you know what I'm saying, gonna be as healthy as I don't feel like it's gonna be as healthy as or in its healthiest state, you know, by doing stuff. You know what I'm saying? Keep just doing stuff. Hats, weaves. I honestly be feeling like hair just needs a right, you know what I'm saying? To just be kind of like us humans. Shit. So I really don't know. And then what was today? It's early, still early in the week. Yeah, I really don't know exactly what I'm gonna do, but I know not having to worry about my hair for the last 2 weeks was lovely. So shout out to that. That was lovely. I ain't like girlies. I feel you. I feel you. But that's the thing though. Uh I feel like a lot of us women, we be thinking that locks um is the answer, but I don't know. I don't know if that's necessarily the answer to. I mean, I'm just gonna say I don't think it is because I don't know. I would imagine there's some maintenance. I think it's maintenance with everything, but a lot of women's dream is to just get up and go. Just sort of get up and go. You know what I'm saying? Brush your teeth and you. Ew. Ew. Y'all know I was put a spin on it in a minute. So anyway, shout out to that. Now, what else is going on these internet streets? Because I guarantee you, it's a little bit. You know what I'm saying? It's a little bit, but I could work with that. Yes, especially because I got so much going on. I got so much going on. It ain't even funny. It ain't even funny. So I'm like, slow down. Yes. Come on, Bobby V. I said, come on. Come on, come on, come on. Yeah, I'm like Bobby V, baby. Uh, I just need them to slow that thing down, just a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Just a little bit. Just a little chihuahua. So anyway, child. But it's a lot. It is. It's a lot. But let me just tell y'all. So the Bobs think hold on. Tell me why the Bobs. Shout out to the Bobs too. So the Bobs think that what are you doing, young man? What exactly is this young man doing? I wonder. But anyway, so the Bobs think who is that? Okay. 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 I thought he was doing some little work or whatnot. But anyway. uh, ooh. Oh man, I hope remember okay, so remember I just told y'all I had some stuff in my I got some stuff in my car. Like, oh, I hope my family didn't throw my stuff away. Because I don't know what my bag is, but that's how my life been. Yeah, nah, truth is, that's how life been for me lately. I cannot wait till I just really, really getting, just used to everything new. Everything is so new. Like I'm kind of used to my house already, you know what I'm saying? For sure. For sure, for sure. I'm getting used to it. But like I'm unorganized, if that makes sense. Stuff is still everywhere. Yeah, now truth is that's what I gotta do. I gotta get up, I gotta get organized. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, no, that's it. And then after I do that, things will feel so much better. But anyway, so like just like the title says, is Cardi B pregnant, y'all? Is Cardi pregnant? I seen so many funny little, um, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But I see so many funny little responses, you know what I'm saying? About Cardi possibly being pregnant. But let me just say this. I will say this. The Barbs think Cardi is pregnant. Okay. And they put out a video saying so. Now I didn't have the opportunity to watch the whole video, so I don't know what they talking about. Truth is, I really don't know. But shout out to the Barbs though for holding ish down. Yeah, shout out to them and shout out to that. But is Cardi B pregnant? I don't know, child. I don't know. And I'll take it a step further. So the title said that she confirmed she was pregnant. I haven't saw that nowhere. Now I will say though, remember she was on tour and she kept playing around talking about she might she might be, so ja, I don't know. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button. Scoot up, slide up, get comfortable. I really don't know. Yeah, no, truth is I don't know. And y'all know, you know what I'm saying? One thing about that pregnant stuff, I tell y'all all the time, like, ugh, it don't do no good busting your brain trying to figure it out because, like, yeah, only time will tell. You know what I'm saying? Only time will tell. Just like Lotto, like, what Lotto thought she was finna do? Like, I don't know what she thought she was finna do. Mm, mm. But yeah, like, I mean, I understand what she thought she was finna do. She thought she was finna hide her pregnancy for a little while, but it's like, yeah, no, you didn't think that. You know what I'm saying? To me, it's just, I don't know. I know that it's a new thing. Okay, it's just like gender reveals. It's all new, but like, man, that shit's stupid. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying the gender reveals are stupid. You know what I'm saying? Because I did a gender reveal with my last baby. I sure did. I absolutely did. But I just revealed the gender when I gave birth. Yeah. He came out and my baby was like, another boy. Another boy. So shout out to my baby. My baby is a boy dad. He's a boy dad. Um, I blessed him, you know, with a daughter, you know what I'm saying? A daughter that he can call his own. But yeah, all boys. So shout out to that. But anyway, like no, it was my last baby. You know what I'm saying? And I want to like keep it a secret all the way to the end. So I did an ultimate reveal. That's an ultimate gender reveal right there, by the way. But like, yeah, nah, it's just like a pregnancy is kind of hard to hide. You know what I'm saying? It's really hard to hide, especially for a celebrity. You know what I'm saying? So I don't be understanding where they be going with that, but it is what it is. It's their life. Let them live it. You know what I'm saying? It just is what it is. I only got one life to live. That's why. Mama don't know. Mama don't see her in a society. Okay, so shout out to that. Child, listen. It just is what it is. I just let folks do their thing, even though it can be confusing sometimes for me. Okay, it just is what it is. Cause like I'm like, you know, I get it, but then I don't. If that makes sense, you know what I'm saying. I take a step further. I'm the type of person. If you gonna hide the pregnancy, hide the kid. Mm, I can take it. You know what I'm saying? I promise you I can. Like if you gonna hide your whole entire pregnancy, you can hide the child. Like I'm just saying, like, did you really think about that? Like, how far did you think about that? But it is what it is. Again, you know what I'm saying? It's not for me to understand, but I get it. Um, Sometimes people aren't in a rush to say anything. Sometimes people don't want to say anything. Um, it just is what it is. You know what I'm saying? For instance, like Lotto. Lotto is a good example. You know what I'm saying? She's a great example of what we talking about because um I just feel like Lotto is one, she's a private person. She's private. But I think her circumstance made her hide her pregnancy. Okay, it just is what it is. I think her circumstance made her hide her pregnancy. Now, what that circumstance is, I don't know what it is for sure, but I'm telling you the one that, everybody thinks or insinuates is the one I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? And that's messing with 21 Savage. Okay, it just is what it is. I think, you know what I'm saying? So I said that to say that I do think that people be having reasons, but it's like, why not just keep going? No, truth is, like they be saying, I'm gonna do it until I can't no more. I'm gonna do it until you tell your other kids it's a baby on the way. You know, I'm gonna do it until I give birth. Like, what is the end goal? Uh, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Next time y'all interview Lotto, ask Lotto, but what was the point? Like, what was the point? And was there an end goal? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, now truth is, because I just be and if here's your pregnancy, then jump in my comments and let me know like what was on your mind and what was your reasoning. But yeah, ultimately for me, it's a little on the weird, what I'm saying, a little on the weird side. You know what I'm saying? Just for me. Because I like things that make sense. And to hide a pregnancy doesn't really make a lot of sense to me. Yeah, no, truth is, it don't. It don't. Because, like I said, you know, like for instance, back in the day, right? A lot of women in the industry allegedly they really didn't want you to have kids, you know? So if you got pregnant, you were either going to get rid of it or you're going to get rid of it. You know what I'm saying? Either you're going to get rid of it when it's a baby or get rid of it. Y'all get what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Like go to adoption route or something like that. But basically, long story short, okay, there is a lot of women from back in the day, you know what I'm saying, the olden days, right? That would give birth and people would pretend like she didn't. Y'all remember that? And then so like you find out that your sister is really your mom type of thing. You know what I'm saying? Remember that? People used to do that. That was a thing for real back in the day, for real. And so, with that being said, That's the only thing I could, like, so if you're gonna, so for instance, if you're hiding, like for instance, let me see who I can use for a good example. Let me see who I could use for a good example. Glow. Let's use Glow for a good example. When Glow came out, Glow had a lot of success when she first started. A lot of success. So imagine if Glow would have got pregnant. And imagine if Glow team would have been like, oh no, no. You know what I'm saying? And Glow was like, but I'm keeping my baby. You know what I'm saying? But they was like, okay, but you can't let nobody know that you had a baby. You can't let nobody know you pregnant. None of that. You know what I'm saying? Then, like, okay, that would make sense to me. That would make more damn show more sense than this other stuff they be doing, because again, it don't really make a lot of sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, again, I be wondering what's the end goal. You're not finna hide the baby. You're not finna hide the fact that you're a mother. So, like, why would you hide that you're pregnant? You know? And honestly, if I had to guess, I think it's because it's something negative surrounding their pregnancy. Uh, truth is, and for that, I can have some understanding for. No, truth is, So if you pregnant by another woman's husband, you might want to hide that to the very, very, very end. And if you just gave birth 4 months ago, you might want to hide that. You know what I'm saying? If you pregnant by somebody that everybody can't stand, and they telling you every other second that you can do better, you know, you might want to hide that. You know what I'm saying? Um, so I guess it's a circumstantial type of thing, which I can totally get. You know what I'm saying? I can totally understand. But um yeah, other than that, it's just a little on the strange side. But people do strange things all the time. You know what I'm saying? All the time. So that's that. But like hiding them pregnancies, child, is one of the stupidest things that women do, to me, in my most honest, humble opinion. It's stupid. It's stupid. You know what I'm saying? Especially to turn around and, oh yeah, I'm pregnant, like what Lotto did. Man, that ish was dumb. It just is what it is. What Lotto did was a little on the dumb side. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. Mhm. And I like Lotto. I like Lotto. That's my good Capricorn sis. However, still no sense. You know what I'm saying? Um, And I just, again, I don't really understand the reasoning. Like I don't get the reasoning. You know, it just didn't make a lot of sense to me. And it's one thing if um okay, I might be in breach of contract, or like it's gonna stop my bag, or like nobody wants to book a pregnant woman. Folks might want a refund. No, ma'am, we don't want you up here bumping around, you know. But yeah. As outside of those reasonings, you know what I'm saying, it's a little bit on the strange side. Now, as far as Cardi B goes, people were saying that if Cardi is pregnant, then it might be a little bit embarrassing for Cardi. It is what it is. I will say this: if Cardi is pregnant, we won't know for a whole a minute. So shout out to that. I said we ain't gonna know for a whole a minute because we already know how Cardi does. You know what I'm saying? And how Cardi gives it up. And Cardi think it's so fun and funny, you know what I'm saying? To hide her pregnancy. She goes through the extreme. Um, which for me, somebody who can't stand people all up in my business, yeah, I could kind of understand that. You know what I'm saying? I can kind of understand that going through the extreme. You know what I'm saying? To keep people out your business, out your mix. But um, child, word on the curb is okay that Cardi might allegedly, okay, allegedly be having a baby. You know. Um, And I was like, well, we already heard that from the horse's mouth. So shout out to that. Yeah, she was saying that. Let me find out. She wasn't just playing around, you know. Um, but it is what it is. If she is, if she is, congratulations. Early too. Early congratulations, baby. Because one, we talking about it. It is what it is. It might be a secret, but it ain't over here. Okay, period. So yeah, really, congratulations. Cause like, mm. And if she ain't, then yeah. My bad, Cardi. You had said. See, what had happened was you had said you had thought you was okay. Ha! Allegedly. But yeah, nah, I did hear her say when she was on concert, when she was on the stage at concert that she might be. She said, bitch, I might be. Bitch, I might be. Okay, so anyway. Shout out to Cardi though, and shout out to that. I know one thing, listen, the baby will be fed, fed, well taken care of, So it's like, what can anybody say? I mean, people can say a whole lot, but y'all don't understand what I'm saying. She has the means to take care of her baby. Shoot, it just is what it is. Uh, so shout out to that and shout out to her. Maybe, maybe she gonna keep, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. I never really heard Cardi say how many kids she want or doesn't want. Maybe she wants a whole lot of kids. Okay. So shout out to that. But anyway, after that, let me move on. I said, let me move on. And y'all jump in my comments and let me know if y'all heard that too, okay? Or I'm the only one. Mm, mm. Yeah, because one of the Bobs dropped that dun 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 off yesterday. And I'm like, ooh. I'm like, okay, Cardi B might be pregnant. Well, let me tell my pooper stars because I don't need them talking about you didn't say yes, I did. Okay, period. I don't know how true it is, but I told y'all, they're what they were. That's what they saying. Or yeah. Rumors is swirling and whirling. And that's what they saying. I'm taking my hair down. So shout out to that. Y'all hold on real quick. Don't hang up. Okay. Oh, it feels so good. Somebody gonna say, I see this one. I saw this woman say, like she said, I forgot what the post was. The post was something about she was unable to get her lashes done. So something about her washing her face. And I'm like, hell yeah, hell yeah. First of all, it was so many people in there, like, they were being weird to me. You know what I'm saying? Cause like, who don't understand? When you wear false lashes, you don't wash your face the same. At least I don't. Yes, I wash my face, but I don't wash it the same like I do when I don't have lashes. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense, child. Mm, mm. So, like, yeah, and y'all know I haven't had no lashes in a while, like at least a month or two. Probably even longer than that. I've been chilling. Like, I just, it's just like, man, I could have wrote everything that I like about not wearing lashes, you know what I'm saying, on that post, but I didn't. You know what I'm saying? But like, no, like I just don't miss them. If that makes sense. Do not every blue moon. You know what I'm saying? Like with certain hairstyles and stuff like that. But I haven't been wearing any hairstyles that made me be like, yeah, I'm gonna get my lashes done. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, every blue moon I miss them, but not like that. Yeah, no, not like that. Because there's benefits to not wearing them. Shit, this is what it is. So anyway, um, hold on, y'all. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button. Look at my earrings I've been looking for. Child, see, I told y'all, this is everything. It's all over. Yeah, nah, truth is my stuff is all over the place. But anyway, um, I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think, and I'm also trying to make sure I got my all my twist out. All my twist out. Shout out to that. I'm probably gonna. I didn't think about. I didn't think I was, but I probably am. Probably about to do me a treatment when I get off of here with y'all. I'm supposed to be relaxing today, taking it easy, but that ain't too bad. I'll see. I want to be in bed though. I told myself I'm gonna just like take the day and reset. You know what I'm saying? Just take the day and hit the reset button. Because yesterday was busy. And yesterday I was hurting so bad. Like so bad at night. It wasn't even funny. So yeah, I'm chilling today. But what else did I want to talk about with y'all? Hold on. What more can I say? Mm. Child, and then one more thing. Oh yeah, let me. Yeah. Remember I told y'all, make sure y'all scoot up, get comfortable, hit the like button. I'll be right back. Let me go. Let's see, because I'm gonna do some reactions. What more can I say? Baby, the teachers is doing the countdown to the summertime, and I am too. I am too. I feel them. Shit, I can't wait. Lord, I can't wait for real. I'm here for it. Shit, for real. Give me my money, yeah. Give me my mornings back. Shit. And every other thing else. Shit. For real. I ain't tripping. Let's go summertime. Shit. I said go. Go. My finance boy. Josh. What more can I say? I wanted to do some reactions. Okay, with Krishan and Blueface, like I told y'all yesterday, like I'm just reporting from here on out. I'm reporting. You know what I'm saying? Cause like I listen, I see comments all the time. People be like, "Ooh, see, that's why I mind my business." People be saying that, and I have never felt like that. But until Krishan popped out with Blueface again for the second time in a row. The second time in a row, I was like, yeah, now, Truth is, you know what I'm saying? Because one thing about me, I love to like pay attention to things. You know what I'm saying? So when I feel like I'm paying attention to things, then I kind of will begin to feel like I know something. Yeah, no, something. Like Key Sweat. But, it's just too mind effing. Does that make sense? Like, it's just too, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like, I don't know if I could follow this story because at the end of the day, this story is all over the place. No, truth is. And then I take it a step further. Um, and I was going to say, like, Blueface is really good at marketing, which I do believe. I do believe that. But hold on. I was gonna also say that like this man is using Krishan for promo. You know what I'm saying? But then I thought to myself, I said, but who's to say he's really that smart though? Like, no, like it's just like I said, okay, that's a possibility, right? I said to myself, but maybe I'm just giving him too much damn credit. Maybe he just living his life. You know, it is what it is. Maybe he just living his life. That's a possibility too. You know what I'm saying? He could be using her for promo. And if it is, damn good promo, you know. But, you know, um, hold on, I got distracted, my bad. But yeah, now, it's okay. It's all right. I promise you. I promise you. Nah, this story here, this story right here reminds me of Judge Judy. I'm telling you, it reminds me of Judge Judy. Uh, and let me tell y'all, hey, I know y'all like what? Oh Lord. I know, but this is. Because first of all, shout out to Judge Judy. That's my girl. That's my girl. But I just got to say. Sometimes Judge Judy be saying, you know what I'm saying? She be telling people, like, do not, do not, um, like, just don't try to see where I'm going. You know what I'm saying? Judge Judy be saying it. And she be having so much confidence. You know, I love that for her too. Shout out to her. Shout out to that. I love that for her. That's my girl. But I'm gonna tell you like this. Yeah, nah. Truth is, don't go over there fucking with that. Don't know. No. For real. Cause like and other judges, this is what she be telling people. She be telling people, don't be trying to figure out where I'm going because you'll never figure it out. You know what I'm saying? And I think she be meaning it confidently, but I also think that like Judy, come on now. They probably can't figure it out right then and there, but by the end, they'll have you figured out. It is what it is. But I understand what she's saying. I understand what she mean. In other words, what I took from that is like I said, don't go over there playing with her. Uh, uh, Bet not. But also what I took from that is like, how you can prepare yourself. You feel like you didn't prepare yourself for court, man. Please. So like how basically you be going over your lines in your head. I just feel like Judge Judy, she messing over all of that. Yeah, now truth is. I just feel like she ain't gonna ask you none of the shit that you rehearsed. Yeah, the truth is she be ready. Okay, she be ready. So like this Krishan and Blueface story, it kind of reminds me of what Judge Judy be saying. Don't try to figure this out because you'll never, you know what I'm saying? And now truth is, but I can speculate. You know what I'm saying? I can speculate. And what I speculate is you know, it's gonna last a little longer until Krishan gets tired. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, now truth is. It reminds me of when they show it reminds me when they show people running out the cars. I in a foreign country, it's usually foreigners. Well, it's usually foreign people that I see doing that. Yeah, now truth is, I just feel like over here we got a little common sense. We know we ain't catching no damn going. But we also just ain't running if you leaving by. But I'm just saying, some when the people run after the car, um, I'm trying to see what I was saying about it though. That's what it reminds me of. I was trying to tell y'all it reminds me of that, but hold on, I'm coming around the mountain. Yes, baby, these thoughts is coming around the mountain. But like, yeah, nah, I could guess and I could speculate. And I let me just say this. Um, it's gonna continue until Krishan gets tired. Shit, that's how I feel about it. It is what it is. Eventually she's gonna get tired. Now I will say this too though. I think that Krishan looks at Jaden as the blueprint. Come on, blueprint. I tell y'all all the time. I tell y'all all the time. There is a blueprint to down to anything you be want to do. Okay, so shout out to that. But the thing is, I definitely think that Krishan be trying to use Jaden as her blueprint, right? But to me, Krishan got to go back to the drawing board with that. You know what I'm saying? It just is what it is. She got to go all the way back to the drawing board with that because her and Jaden are two different people, and Blueface handles them differently. Yeah, now truth is, Blueface handles them differently. And honestly, if I'm being real, I think that Krishan be at least wanting what Jaden has. You know what I'm saying? As far as like how Blueface treats her. Now I could be wrong, but because I'm just that's an opinion, not a fact. Okay. Yeah, no, don't please don't get it messed up. Don't ever get it fucked up. Okay, here, shout out to that. Know when we speaking facts and know when we speaking opinion. Okay, we speak opinion a lot. It ain't like what we saying ain't never actual and factual though, but we speak opinion a lot. Okay, it is what it is. This is where the news and the opinion link. It is what it is. Y'all put out the news. We got an opinion on it. Plain and simple. But anyway, let's continue. So I speculate that Krishan, as a baby mama, is going to continue to put up with whatever Blueface got going on until she don't no more, or she sees something different for herself, or she sees something better for herself. Okay, it just is what it is. But I'm not mad at her. Yeah, no, truth is, I'm not mad at her. I'm gonna go ahead and read to y'all some of these reactions these people is having, and then I'm gonna talk that talk, and we gonna get up out of here, okay? So shout out to that. Now, Christian put out a statement, y'all. She put out a statement because she sees a lot of the comments. Hold on, matter of fact, let me go back. Let me go back. Let me go back. Let me go back real quick, y'all. Hold on. Before we get to her statement, hold on, let me go back. Oh, okay, hold on, I'm tripping. Hold on. Let me go back real quick. Before we get to that statement though. Hold on. We got to go back. Hold on. Okay, because people who was commenting. Hold on. Uh so so here's a comment, right? So Krishan or Blueface, one of them, I don't know who did it. One of them posted them like sparring or whatever with each other. And this is what some of the people had to say. Somebody said, man, she be doing good, but here comes this same weapon, constantly prospering. The next person, her guardian angel is stress. This is why I stay out of people's relationships. Shit. Let them be happy. Somebody said, our Father who art in heaven. They are the perfect example of why you stay out of people's business. 33K likes, by the way. Listen, I'm done wanting the best for people. I'm going to worry about me and my choices from here on out. You ain't wrong when you're right. You ain't wrong when you're right. Shout out to that. And shout out to that comment. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button. Let me see. Let me see if I can see who this is. Okay, look like a child of God. All right, well, bless that. That comment was from Dominique Daniels. Dominique Daniels said, "Listen, I'm done wanting the best for people. I'm worried about me and myself. My choices from here on out." Oh, Krishan, you were doing so good. He want to be in your new good light, baby. That's what they do. They soak up all the shine until it starts to dim, and then they gone looking for another. He's a cloud chaser. She got some shine, and here he comes. 25K likes. She takes one step forward and 1,000 back every time. Okay, so like people was not really they didn't have a lot of good to say. You know what I'm saying? If I just read y'all the comments, y'all make sure y'all hit the like button. And let me cut the comments back on so y'all can jump in my comments and tell me what y'all think about what we talking about. But yeah, it just wasn't a lot. That just wasn't a lot of support. Okay, let me say that it was not a lot of support for Krishan's decision to link back up with Blueface. So anyway, she went ahead and made a post. She said, "Okay," and again, I told y'all. I even told y'all. I said, "Listen, I listen. Hold on. Before we get to Krishan's post, let me get to my post. And y'all make sure y'all follow my blog, my comment section on IG. Okay, period. Your girl Shay Renee. I be blogging, so shout out to that from time to time. And so, hold on. No, this is not the post. This is what I posted. I said, Shay Renee tells the chat to scratch off whatever she said about Blueface and Krishan after today. Yeah, now after today, scratch that. I said scratch it like a lottery ticket because I'll admit, I don't know what the hell is going on anymore. Okay. Period. Shout out to that. It is what it is. Cause like I be thinking I be knowing, but like now I don't be knowing. I don't be knowing. But I will say this though. Before I made that post, I was telling y'all that I thought that Krishan had learned to separate business and pleasure, you know. And I just thought that, you know, she learned to treat Blueface like a dirty little secret. Yeah, no, it just is what it is. Shout out to Escape. Burr, burr, burr. Hold on, that's Usher. You're my little secret, and that's how we should keep it. Yeah, so I thought that's what you know. I just thought that what kind of time she was on, but child, look. But also, I think a part of Christian didn't mind being messy. You know what I'm saying with Blueface. Messy towards Nevaeh. But not thinking this man be doing you and your baby so bad though. He do y'all bad. Sure. He do them bad. You know. But Krishan says she wants to choose peace over that. And, which I'm here for. But again, let me read through some of the responses that she had got. But also let me read her statement. So she said, "Dear world, people confuse forgiveness with weakness or going backwards. That's not what this is. I forgave because I value peace more than carrying anger. No, we are not together. I just choose to respect. I choose respect over resentment. I've learned that not every battle is meant to destroy you. Some are meant to grow you. I prayed, faced things head on, and left it in Yahweh's hand. No hate in my heart, no distractions, just growth, healing, staying locked in. I'm trying my hardest to be mature, set healthy boundaries so we can be there for our little guy. We talked, we apologized. Now we are moving forward. Not because we want to, but because we need to for our little guy. Y'all keep saying Krishan Rock was with Blueface. No, no, no. Krishan was with Jonathan. The old Krishan is gone. She said she, she said that word. She said, don't let that go over your head. Holy hands. Um, Krishan said it's over. You know what I'm saying? And I understand that. She says she's approaching new beginnings. I get that. Shout out to Krishan. I want to see Krishan win. You know. So it is what it is. I know what that looks like to me, but Krishan has to know what that looks like for her. You know what I'm saying? Because I might think that um It just is what it is. Whatever I think the winning is could look completely different. Okay, to Krishan. So may his will be done. Okay, and shout out to her. Now again, let's go over some of the responses that the internet had though. So Bambi saw the post and Bambi said, "Let me borrow this statement." I thought that was funny. I thought that was funny and cute for Bam, especially because Bambi. I think's been spending a lot of time with Scrappy, and people, they. I think they, according to Bambi, they confused that with her going backwards, and she said this ain't that. So, shout out to Bambi though. And I will say this though. That might have a little truth to it. Yeah, no, what Bambi got going on might just have a little truth to it. But anyway, shout out to her. And somebody else said forgiveness doesn't mean reconciliation. Somebody else said, I love Krishan down, but it's not enough forgiveness in this United States of the kingdom of God that would allow me to grant access. I value myself too much. Forgiveness don't mean access. I'm starting to think Krishan is on the spec. Somebody said, didn't he just say the little guy wasn't his? Girl, move. She talk a good game. Like the way she word stuff, make you want to root for her. If you've rooted for her long enough, you know this is BS. Um, Forgive don't doesn't mean deserve access. She's young. Just continue to pray for her. Holy Spirit, have your way. And I pray the people in her circle, especially her spiritual family, start talking to her about monitoring spirits and access, etc. Even Jesus had boundaries. I like that. I did. I like that. So shout out to Suzette, the realtor, who made that comment. She said people confuse growth. People forgiveness with still allowing someone to have access to you too. You can forgive and never see this man again, but maybe that's just me. I agree with that too. I do. I agree with that too. Yeah, I do. I agree with that. So shout out to her. New year, new me. The commenter. I feel bad for people who actually take her seriously. That's what Unika said. I can never forgive anybody who publicly disrespected my child. Please, I don't care how immature that is. All over a boy man that looks like a school desk. Ooh. So basically, she's trying to say that she's getting her coin and trying to co-parent the best way she can. So we need to mind our business and understand her growth. Yeah, that's what it sounds like to me too. That man, your op, and you giggling with him. Exactly. Y'all act like she can't be around the man or something. They do have a kid together, people. 14 likes. I'ma start using holy hands to sign off. Okay. I think the only one who is confused is you, Krishan. Mind you, the little guy was nowhere in sight. She keeps saying our son while he's saying her son. You can't make him love your baby, my girl. Girl, hush and get away from that man. Could we please get a DNA at this point? He literally just implicated her in a M last week. But okay. He just did an interview saying that's not his baby. I mean, he was just saying the kid isn't his and that she had something to do with the other alleged fathers not being here no more. But go off. I'm telling my kids this was Bobby and Whitney. No, ma'am. No, Pam. No, ma'am, no ham, no turkey, no burger. Okay? Period. He need to stay away from her. She keeps saying that's his son. He keeps saying that's not his son. Here we go again, DMX. I now let me just say, I hope y'all enjoyed the reactions. As y'all can see, hey, I read them. I read enough. I read a lot. Sometimes I will tell y'all if it's 50-50, that is not a 50-50 split. Okay. People are just not feeling it. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. People are not feeling that roller coaster ride, Christian. So it is what it is. Christian has a lot of decisions. Like she has decisions to make. Okay? It is what it is. Because Blueface, let's talk about this man for a minute. Yeah, now truth is we got to talk about his ass. So he's hurt. He's hurt. He's embarrassed. Krishan embarrassed him with Bino and the toes. Okay, she did. And with that being said, so she messed up everything. She flipped his world upside down. It is what it is. She picked the world up and dropped it on his fucking head. At that moment when she did what she did with Bino, because it is what it is. He was coming home to Krishan. Now, like K. Michelle said, this bitch is shaking the table. Yeah, now she shook the table. Okay, it is what it is. She shook everything up. And so he's hurt. Period. Hurt. 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 Like Big Worm has said. And she got to feel that. She got to feel his pain. Krishan been dealing with it the best way she know how. You know what I'm saying? For real, for real. She have. She been dealing with it the best way she know how. And to me, she just wants to deal with Blueface. You know what I'm saying? However, you know, honestly, I think she wants him to have a relationship with their kid. It is what it is. It is what it is. See, you got a lot of people who want her to say, girl, F him. Move on. He being a BAN. That's a beach a ninja. Yes, you feel me? Yeah, now you feel me? You feeling me? He being a BAN. Leave him to that. You know, which, hey, I can't knock the message. I ain't mad at it. But for a woman, okay, who still wants to co-parent with the father, she not hearing none of that. It's hard. She can't hear that. She can't hear that. Cause all she can hear at this point is that's my baby daddy. We stuck together. I just gotta deal with his BS. Remind you, a lot of parents feel like that. Yeah, now let's talk about it. Lots of parents feel that way. Do you realize that like I did a co-parenting show? Well, I opened up right one day. I just felt like it and I talked about co-parenting. And one of the things that I say about co-parenting is sometimes you can leave your co-parent behind. Yeah, now truth is If they ain't acting right, if they can't get right, they could get left in the dust. It just is what it is. Me and my baby gonna live a good life, like Beyonce said. Beyonce type ish, or what not. But when I tell you, it's a lot of people that don't know that. Like it's a lot of people that don't know that. I'm gonna say that again. It's a lot of people that don't realize that. Now I can't say it's a lot of people who do realize that too, though. Yeah, now let's talk about it. Uh, it is a lot of people that do know that, but it's way more who don't. Like if you take 100 co-parents and put them in a room and ask them, have you ever thought about not co-parenting? I bet you like not even 50 of them would say, well, no, I never really thought about not co-parenting. I just always thought that shit, it's just something I had to do until the kid was 18. You see? So, like, believe it or not, Krishan feels like she has no other choice but to deal with Blueface. You know what I'm saying? Now, don't get me wrong. I feel like she knows what her choices are. She knows that she could either deal with him or her baby will grow up without him. A lot of people don't want, I can tell you right now, the first part, deal with it. Deal with him, deal with her. That's what a lot of people choose. It just is what it is. Lots of people choose that. Krishan included. Okay? It just is what it is. Because in my hearts of our hearts, I think that is Blueface baby. I do. I do. And I'm going to need not just Krishan to say it's not, but I will also need a DNA test to confirm that he's not. You know what I'm saying? Because I think Blueface is that baby daddy. I do. I really, really do. And so, like, with that being said, that would explain why she just like have you ever seen a kid hold on to a grown-up leg? You know what I'm saying? Like they'll put their legs around it and their arms around it and hold on and ride. Kids do that. I used to like doing that when I was a kid too. Like that's literally how Krishan looks. You know what I'm saying? I don't think she would be holding on to that man leg for dear life if just like to keep this, how Blueface said it was a good storyline. I don't think why. No, I think out of the two of them, he lying. You know what I'm saying? I think he lying. Cause I ain't never seen a baby mama keep claiming a baby daddy after a paternity test. You know what I'm saying? Like something ain't adding up. Like something's not adding up. And if I had to think about it, I mean, like I said, if I had to guess, I think Blueface is lying. You know what I'm saying? I do. Unless the only way that Blueface could be selling, not the only way, but like this is one way it could kind of make sense and make sense of it. Let's say Blueface tested their baby and he found out that it's not his baby, but he didn't show Krishan. You know what I'm saying? That's the only way that, not the only way, but that's one way that what he's saying could be true. You know what I'm saying? Like he tested the baby, he got the results, and Krishan don't know. You know what I'm saying? But remind you, they allegedly got a blood test before, and it was Blueface baby. I just think he lying. You know what I'm saying? I do. I think he lying because let's say he did blood test the baby and it came out not his. Why wouldn't he just show Krishan? Why wouldn't he just show Krishan? Bitch, that ain't my baby. Now quit running behind me. You know. But if he didn't do that, and he got her still thinking it's his. You see, like that don't make no sense. It don't. To me, it makes more sense to play around like he be playing around. But I will say this too: when a blood test has already been done and established, people usually don't do what Blueface been doing. You know what I'm saying? Blueface has been being weird. He have claiming the baby, not claiming the baby, claiming the baby, not claiming the baby. Man, it's a lot. But if I'm being real, out of both of them, I believe her. You know what I'm saying? Out of both of them, I believe her over him. Just like oh boy, it just seems like oh boy. Um, Now I will say this though, Blueface did. Now I can't say Blueface did really seem like he did have doubts in the beginning, but I think he be doing that to hurt her, if that makes sense. Like people do things to hurt you sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Especially when they see certain shit ain't working. You know, I don't know, y'all. I really don't. Truth is, and I'm not finna bust my brain about it, but I will say this over out of the DNA test, I believe her more than I believe him. Because it's just like the old boy told him, man, if you got the test, if you got the results, show the results, my boy. Other than that, gone on. And I take it a step further too, though. Shit, Krishan can do the same thing. She can do the same thing. She can petition the courts and get it set in stone and get child support for Krishan. And then all of that, he not mine, he not mine, he not mine. That shit is out the window now. You feel me? You feeling me? Um, but it is what it is, child. He didn't child, listen. I can honestly say like I think he didn't said it so much that he has created doubt, in people's minds or whatnot, whatnot. But child, I believe it's his baby. I do, because I think even Ronnie family came out and said it's not Ronnie baby. You know, um, it is what it is. Ronnie family has came out and got really upset with Blueface. You know what I'm saying? For saying that that's his baby. Like they not feeling that. And then now taking a step further, they wanted Blueface to keep Ronnie name out his mouth. So, ugh. I don't know, y'all, but I will say this. I think it's gonna be, and I'll take it a step further too. Yeah, now shout out to that. Let's do it. Uh, yeah, like I just, I don't know. I just don't think that Krishan will want to be like. I just don't think she would be doing all of this and dealing with all of this if it wasn't his kid. Like she could just easily just walk away. You know what I'm saying? even as embarrassing as it is, still, she could just walk away from all of this big ass nightmare. You know what I'm saying? It changed her life for sure. Put her in a whole different tax bracket. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to that opportunity. Shout out to God. But to deal with Blueface, you know what I'm saying? And everything that comes with him, and you really ain't got to. Yeah, nah, that's crazy. Yeah, nah, that would be crazy. Truth is, uh, uh, that don't make a lot of sense. Yeah, no, truth is that don't make a lot of sense. But I will say this though, um, I guess a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Because the thing is, to be connected to Blueface, uh, I feel like it opens up opportunities for Christian. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, but child, her baby, you know what I'm saying? Her baby just don't deserve all of that, if that makes sense. He don't deserve that. And he sure don't deserve Blueface acting the way he act with her. I just think he hurt too, and he don't really know how to deal with his hurt. Like I think, what I'm saying, he be wanna see baby Christian. I think he be wanna spend time with baby Christian, but not necessarily the mama too. I just think he hates the way everything is. I think he wishes that his baby was able to come with him and be with him by himself, or what I'm saying, they could just spend time together. But um he would have to, he would have to ditch online. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. He would have to ditch online to spend time with Christian. And I think he wants to, though. You know what I'm saying? In my hearts of our hearts, I think he wants to. Shit, I think he just mad at the mama. You know what I'm saying? Still hurt. Want to deal with the mama, but don't really want to deal with the mama. So it's easier for him to just say, that ain't my baby. So he won't look like a deadbeat. You know what I'm saying? It's just so, to me, and I could be wrong, but I don't think I am. Or am I? And I could be wrong. So I'm not gonna even say I don't think I am, because I could be. But in my hearts of our hearts, I just think that it's just so much easier to say that ain't my baby versus being a deadbeat to him. You know what I'm saying? Because Blueface be wanting to run shit. He do. He be wanting to run shit. You know what I'm saying? And if he can't run shit, then I feel like he be being annoying. You know what I'm saying? Like he doing. It just is what it is. But if he can pay your rent and stop by whenever, I mean, if he can stop by whenever to see his baby, come spend time with his baby, he'll pay your rent. Stuff like that. But if he don't got access to the baby and the mama, then he'll be a in. He gonna be a BAN. I feel like that's just how I feel about it. I think it's just easier for him to say that ain't my baby. You know what I'm saying? Versus versus, man, I wouldn't have never thought in a million years that like I would have a kid that I can't see when I want. I don't get along with the mama. You know what I'm saying? Me and the mama got issues. He way out of town. He in a totally different state. I think it's just easier to say he not mine. You know what I'm saying? Than have to deal with all that. I'll take it a step further. Hmm. Shout out to that. Yeah, let me go ahead and take it a step further too. I sure will. Uh, um, his son, the one with Jaden. People pay attention to how he is. If you ask me, um, hold on, y'all. Hold on. That's another thing too. His son with Jaden, to me, he is old enough to be affected by a lot of stuff that his parents do. And I think that little boy, you know what I'm saying? Truth is, I don't care, I don't care, I don't care. He might play a part too in why his daddy is denying Christian. It just is what it is. Shit. I don't know, I don't know, I don't know. Cause I'm just speculating. But he might be another reason why Blueface be denying that baby. I'm just saying, cause he already the little boy comes off like he's embarrassed by his family a little bit. You know what I'm saying? He come off like he embarrassed by the circus. You know, so again, that's probably just another you know thing that for whatever reason, right? Blueface might be trying to um distance himself from Krishan and baby Krishan. You know what I'm saying? Um Another thing, Blueface is to me, he's used to running shit. It is what it is. He used to running shit and he's used to having a say so. He don't have a lot of say so with baby Krishan. And I think that's another reason why he do them like he do them. And he seemingly do them bad. It is what it is. Like I listen, and I said seemingly because I don't know what it's like behind the scenes. I don't. I really don't. But all I can say is on camera, he seemingly do them bad. And honestly, I think him saying that he ain't the father is just a way for him to distance himself and not catch the flack that comes from being a deadbeat. It is what it is. He don't want to get um child started to use somebody name. But because he been suing people. Hold on, yeah. Yeah, now he don't want to get canceled. I guess he don't want to tank his brand, being that it's not the biggest. But shout out to Blueface though, because I gotta give it to Blueface. Blueface, like how can I explain it? Like when he came out, he had a lot of clout and stuff, when he first came out. He did. But a lot of people was hating on him though. A lot of people was hating on him. I think that affected him in ways that he don't talk about today. But if you just pay attention, I think it shaped him into who he is today. But like, yeah, he dealt with a lot of flack when he first came out in the industry. Um, but if I'm being real though, shout out to him though, because Blueface, you know, how can I put it? It's really hard to explain. Yeah, no, it is. It's really hard to explain because, like I said, he had a lot of clout surrounding him. Hold on. When he first got out, y'all make sure y'all hit the like button. I mean, when he first came out, he had a lot of clout surrounding his name and stuff like that. But um, I don't know. It's just like he just to me, he one of those rappers that like, oh man, how can I put it? It's like, hold on. I'ma think, hold on, y'all. Cause I'm thinking now. I gotta um hold on. I got an example I want to use. Let me think about it. Hold on. So okay, put it like this. To me, Blueface when he came out, he had a lot of fame. He had like to me, he had way more clout than a lot of rappers. You know what I'm saying? I give him that. He was popular. He was popular as heck, but he caught a lot of flack. And people were saying that he couldn't rap like that, and they were saying that he was offbeat and all of this, right? So he had a lot of critics and stuff like that. So, long story short, I would say that he almost like isn't supposed to be here in a sense. You know what I'm saying? But not like that's what I think personally, but more so like people was hating on him. So to me, he went from, let me see. I'm trying to think of an example, y'all. Hold on. Okay, now this might not be a good example, but it's okay. You know what I'm saying? I'll use this. I'll take it because I don't want to, get stuck with thought for too long. But let me just say this. So, like to me, he took himself from like a rich the kid type of rapper to a future. If that makes sense, you know what I'm saying? And the only reason why I feel like that wasn't a good example is because Future is kind of up there. But again, though, Blueface was like he was like kind of like I don't know, but it's hard to explain, but it's just like he he took himself to another level, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Like he didn't just allow the industry to keep him small, like he made his own name bigger, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to that. It is what it is because he could have. I mean, he could be just like a spot and got him. You know what I'm saying? Somebody just like with a popular song, but that's it. They never really went nowhere like that. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I'm trying to say. Like, now, Blueface, he didn't let the industry do him like that. Does that make sense? Like he didn't let the industry leave him behind. In other words, you know, he moved past Tatiana. You know what I'm saying? While some people might have thought, he was out of there after Tatiana. You know what I'm saying? Like it is what it is. I don't know. I can't explain it, but to me, he kind of like reinvents himself, almost like 50 Cent. I know I keep it just is what it is, but he reminds me of 50 Cent too in that sense where like 50 Cent left the rap game and he's still successful. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, Blueface, he does good to me. You know what I'm saying? In rap, outside of rap, he's still relevant. I guess that's what I'm getting at. You know what I'm saying? When to me, this is my personal opinion, the industry wanted to leave Blueface behind a long time ago. Yeah, now truth is, you know who he remind me of? The Game. You know what I'm saying? He remind me of the Game a lot. Y'all see how the Game is? The Game be chilling. You know what I'm saying? Like we all know the Game got talent. He got bots, he got money, you know. But when you think of one of the biggest and the greatest and somebody that just got all this success in the game and stuff like that, you don't necessarily think about the Game. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense. The Game just be chilling. You know what I'm saying? He got money. He seemed like he just be chilling, if that makes sense. That's kind of what Blueface, you know. Yeah, he kind of remind me of the Game a little bit, but yeah, that's who he remind me of. You know what I'm saying? He do. He remind me of the Game a lot. You know what I'm saying? Still successful, still wealthy, you know, but just not one of the biggest in the game. Not one of the biggest in the game, not one of the richest in the game. You know what I'm saying? But okay, still okay. That's what Blueface remind me of, for real. Cause like, I feel like he had the kick, scream, cry, and beg to get where he at to me though. Yeah, hold on. No, it didn't come easy. No, I don't feel like it came easy for Blueface. Hold on real quick. All right, I'm back, y'all. But yeah, though, as far as Blueface goes, though, hey, he, shit, I don't know. I just feel like, he, I just feel like he has a brand, and that said brand probably was counted out, a long time ago. So, shout out to him. For not allowing his tank, I mean his ship to sink, It just is what it is, child. But is he or is he not that baby? He, I think he is. You know what I'm saying? I gotta keep it real with y'all. Y'all know I'm gonna keep it real with myself first, and y'all second, and like um, in my hearts of our hearts, I feel like it's his baby. You know what I'm saying? Until he show until he show otherwise, and like why he not showing otherwise? Somebody need to, you know. Somebody needs to, somebody needs to for real. And I know Krishan said they talk, they apologize, and they moving forward. Um, I don't know. To me, she should have asked for a But again, this is what I would do if I was Krishan, right? But I'm not Krishan, and I think a lot of us get caught up in that. What I would do, you know what I'm saying? But I think she should have asked for a public apology before she went anywhere near him. But again, that's just me. You know what I'm saying? That's just me. And you know what that reminds me of too? It reminds me of how people will tell you what to do. You know what I'm saying? During a heartache, doing heartache and during a breakup, you know? But they're not gonna come to your house and hold your hand. You know what I'm saying? They're not gonna like, you know, um uh you know what I'm saying? It just is what it is. Like, ultimately, you're doing it. They can give you all the advice and stuff like that. But then ultimately, you're the one doing it. And that's what that reminds me of. People give all the advice they want. But, and I understand, y'all, I get it. But you have to be understanding too. You know, you have to understand that, you know, um, you know, the other sides, the other side to that, those actions, it's pain, or one of the side effects to, the choices, okay, or whatever, will be pain. And some people like to soften that as much as they need to soften that. And I think Krishan is doing damn good, if I go if I got to keep it real, because a lot of people can't and they ain't, you know, uh, about to just, do it how they've been doing it. You know, it is what it is. Shoot, Krishan been in Baltimore. Shout out to that and shout out to her. Being from a different place seemingly works in her favor. Because, breakups are hard, and I can only imagine, how even harder it would be if she was living in LA. But again, Blueface kind of makes it easier. Okay, if I'm being real. By some of the stuff he be getting online and saying, Um, but I think he is really, starting to meet his match with these ladies though, just as far as like I don't know. It's given like they don't really take him serious like that, if that makes sense, you know? None of none of them. Because I understand that Christian ain't doing what a lot of people, who don't know her want her to do. Ultimately, I get that. Uh but I also think that Christian ain't doing everything Blueface want her to do either though. You know, it just is what it is because in my hearts of all hearts, I feel like if if he could throw Christian right on back in the circus, he would. You know what I'm saying? In my hearts of all hearts, he would. He just didn't want her to be the main attraction no more. You know? And I think, you know, I think Krishan is good with that. Ultimately, I think it hurts her because I think it's something that she wanted, but I also feel like she good with how everything is, if that makes sense. Because one, I think she's had time to look back and realize, yeah, no, I don't want that for myself. Like everything Blueface got going on, I think she comfortable with letting Nevaeh have that. Pretty much. Um, I think she just wants Blueface to take care of their baby. I ultimately, it is what it is. I think she wants him around. Period. You know, and I feel like they got to figure out co-parenting, and I think Blueface was on some, f that. I think he was on some f that, and sadly for Krishan, it just seems like anytime he gets mad at her, he gonna be like f that. So, you know, it's an unfortunate situation. But yeah, Poople Stars, it's your girl Shay Renee. I came, I saw, I conquered. We did that. And we can't take it back. Period. Better take this shit back to the store. Matter of fact, why would we? It's a done deal. Shout out to that. But yes, y'all. Yiggy, yes, y'all. All right, Poople Stars. It's your girl Shay Renee. I came, I saw, I conquered. I did my thing. Like I said, I was. Period. I told y'all I'll be back. Period. We're gonna talk that talk when I get back. That's what I said yesterday. Mm. So shout out to that. And I came and we did that. And now I don't wanna leave. But I gotta go right now. Hey, I'll be back to hold you down. Hey, and shout out to Nicki Minaj before I get out of here. That's my girl. Period. Hands down. Mm. And I don't care, I don't care, I don't care. I ain't fucking with you, Nikki. So anyway, I guess we'll talk Nicki Minaj tomorrow. Mhm. And Pooper Stars, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. Okay. And turn your bell notifications on because you never know when I'm gonna go live. I say you just don't never know when I'm gonna go live. Okay, period. Yeah, 911, what's your emergency? Shout out to LaGuanda. And shout out to all my Pooper Stars who came through, the new ones and the old. I see y'all on my next video. Bye, y'all.